everyone is in their seat here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland.
All right, everybody. We're back with the Boston Celtics Association, and we're going up against the Cavaliers, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And guys, had their free throw shooting been anywhere near up to
see if we can rebound from our last loss.
No doubt about it. I mean, there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line. It infiltrates other parts of your
Still
game.
on the road. We got to come through on the road. We got to come together on the road. You really know you're a team that's tight fit when you're on the road.
And it's Pierce in at the 3 slot. And for the Cavaliers, Lonzo G and Tristan
All right, let's go.
Irving and Waiters in the back, and it's Zeller in at the 5 down low.
And Boston has really kind of set the bar in the Eastern Conference over the
All right,
last
defense.
5 or 6 years. Not quite as effective last year, but they did fare pretty well against their Eastern Conference.
I got him, Garnett.
Now, here is Irving. Puts the lead pass in front. And the dunk by Zeller.
I told you stay with him, Garnett.
Shooting doesn't need it, though. The big fella throwing it down anyway.
He usually does save the high flying for the little guys. Clark, you're right.
Yeah, well, sometimes it looks like he's pinned to the ground, but when he gets
Box
positioned
out.
like that, I mean, he can put it down.
And Boston against the East, it was a big part of why they were able to stay in the hunt. 32-16 on the season interconference.
Like every other playoff team in the East, they were able to have a winning
Way to start us out, Pierce. Way to start us out.
Division, but they really took it to the Southeast.
Averaging 14.5 points a game.
That was the toughest division.
Here's Irving after Paul Pierce's score. With the fadeaway.
Way to go, Garnett.
No good. So it's Boston now.
Give it up, Bass.
Against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
And looking back to last year, they won this season series, as you'd probably expect.
Now here's Garnett. Really struggled in the loss against Oklahoma.
That's all right. Get back, set it up, get back. Stop the break.
Doris Burke has for
Kevin, a bit ago, Byron Scott
There you go.
and I were able to chat. He talked about how they match up with a player like Paul Pierce, saying, you know, he's one of those guys who really does it all at a high level. Defend, score, you name it. I think defensively, we may look to double some and force other players
Shot,
to
Bass.
take shots. He's one of the greats.
Come on,
You
guys,
enjoy
get this
the
D going.
challenge of playing
Keep him out of the
against him and
paint.
Just hope you can have enough to win. Guys, we'll see who carries the day.
All right, Doris. To touch again on Steve's comment, last year they were a playoff team facing a team that went home at the end of the regular season, and Clark, they took advantage.
Yeah, that to me is what makes a playoff team, Kevin. I mean, beating the teams you should beat and then not having any significant letdown.
And here's Rondo. Following the basket by Kyrie
Stick and
Irving.
pop.
There's Pierce. That's good on the assist by Rondo. Pierce has got his second bucket of the night.
Good start. Good start. Move, Bass.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Irving.
All right, Garnett. Tell him to stay out of the paint.
Now here's Bass. Outside Rondo. Pass to Bradley. Garnett the screen. Bradley kicks to Pierce. Zeller grabs the
Good board. Put it up. Yes.
And the Cavs coach Byron Scott, of course, a distinguished
Look
player
like you
with
guys came to
14
play today.
seasons, mostly with the Lakers, where he was part of that Showtime crew. He won 3 championships with LA.
Watch the pick.
Irving with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Waiters passes to Irving. Now the feed to Waiters. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's
It's a lot of
G.
ball movement.
And he
Good
hits the
shot.
jump shot. G's got his first 2 points.
And, you know, going back to Byron Scott, actually a contemporary of mine when I was playing in the NBA. He's a good leader and an excellent communicator.
Set it up, Rondo.
Scott really knows how to hold his players accountable and get them to reach their optimal level. I like the way he does his work.
So it's Boston now. The Cavaliers making the shot. Bass can't
Follow your
get it to
shot,
go.
Bass.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely, I think he should have converted that one.
Outside Irving. That is good.
You got to stop that penetration.
Got his second bucket.
Well, Kyrie Irving just has the total package offensively. That's why he's so difficult to guard. He's got great range on his jump shot, but he's strong and quick and able to get to the rim anytime he wants.
It's
Oh, good block.
Waiters with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against Portland.
And how about his defense?
Cleveland got a lot of ball
4
movement.
steals on the night. He was so
A lot of pick and
Now
screens.
here's Waiters.
Trying to get us on the pick and roll. Stay with him, Pierce. Box
Thompson
out.
to Irving. And Zeller kicks to Irving. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Waiters.
Come on, guys, box out.
Outside Irving. He kicks to Thompson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Clark, when you talk about Kyrie's athleticism, he's not in the same echelon as, say, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, John Wall, but he is still a heck of an athlete.
He's a terrific athlete, Kevin, and there are small increments of athleticism. I mean, you just mentioned some guys that are really dynamic athletes, but if you're not in that class, that doesn't mean that you're chopped liver. I mean, you just might be a notch below those guys, and you can still be a great basketball player and not be a freak athlete.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. John
I hope you guys can appreciate the sounds of the game. You heard it. You heard the tennis shoes squeaking. You heard it. You heard the players on the court. You know, you can hear them talking on the court. You can hear the fans out in the crowd. Great ambiance.
The second free throw either, missing both.
Well, Thompson is still very raw.
You can hear it when the crowd's quiet.
In terms of his
When the
work
team's
so far in the
losing,
NBA,
everything.
his motor, just an outstanding offensive rebounder, a high-energy player.
Good shot, Green.
A ton of effort to the game.
Way to hit
Yeah,
it.
that second jump
Way
ability
to pull it up.
to put it back before the D. Recover is very special and a lot of times rare. His wingspan also allows him to play bigger than his height defensively. Here is Livingston.
Get on him, Barbos.
After Jeff Green's bucket. 16 seconds left.
Communicate out there.
Game. Walton, the pass to Miles. Passes it to Lewis. He dishes it to Livingston. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Walton. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Cavaliers lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena.
On tap this Wednesday, Al Jefferson and the Utah Jazz take on Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks, live from New York City. Be there.
Carmelo Anthony, averaging 28 points a game, but they're 6-5 as a record. They're going up against the Utah Jazz.
Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're not settling for the outside shots. I mean, go in there and get what you want. Keep attacking the rim.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Cleveland.
Come on, Wilcox, catch the ball.
Kyrie Irving is
Pay
out there
attention.
with Daniel Gibson. Then it's Tyler Zeller, and it's Lure in at the 4 slot. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Unnecessary
Well,
turnover.
guys, the Cavaliers' Kyrie Irving in his rookie season showed he was ready to helm an NBA team on the court. His coach, Byron Scott, said, when the game is on the line, he wants
Good
to
pass,
win.
yes.
I don't know if it's a mindset or
Way to
in their
work,
DNA,
baby.
but you can tell when clutch performers want the
Give and
ball.
go.
When the game is on the line, their eyes light up a little bit, and they don't mind being the GOAT, just like they don't mind being the hero
Oh, wow,
as
good
well.
play.
Guys, Irving has that quality.
Extremely poised and confident. Thanks, Doris.
The alley-oop pass right into the layup. Outstanding play that time.
Absolutely. The technique couldn't have been any better.
Bro, that's two guys who really
Run that play
play
again.
together, and it shows on that play. Well, difficult season for the Cavaliers last year, although they did show some signs signs that
what was that?
Brighter future ahead. Kyrie Irving,
Come
obviously.
on, ref, give us a foul.
But there's a lot of work to do. We need major personnel upgrades across the board. We'll see if Byron Scott can get the job done here in the next couple of years.
Let's pause for just a moment to see the teams that have been extremely effective with their three-point shooting this past month. The Celtics second.
I'll tell you what, when you have a month like this, the way they've been shooting it, you feel like the basket is 3 times as big as normal. I mean, it's hard to maintain this level of productivity, but we'll see if they can make it happen.
Back to Green. Shoots over Miles.
Good shot, Green. Good shot.
The Cavs knew it wouldn't
Way
be
to
an
shoot it with
immediate
confidence.
turnaround to get back to winning, but they are doing the whole rebuilding process. Clark with patience and not trying to rush out and just sign anyone and everyone.
Yeah, Kevin, that's the way they should do it. Slow but sure. Slow but sure is what I'm saying there, folks. They've had good success in the draft, and as they keep adding talent and developing it, they're going to be a good team.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for John Lure. Lonzo G comes in for C.J. Miles. Waiters, he's checked in for Gibson. And it's Livingston in for Kyrie Irving. Livingston dishes to Zeller. The pass to Livingston. There's the pick.
Good way to stay with it, Rondo.
Steps back and drains the jump shot. Livingston's
They got 12 points in the paint. We got to cut the paint off.
Buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. So how about trying, guys?
Bradley.
Way to run that play.
And it's Boston with
Good execution. Paul Pierce averaging 19 points a game, baby.
Paul Pierce on this roster, because when the play breaks down, he's probably as good as anybody in the league at just backing you down.
Help out.
Using that strength,
Hands up.
using his
Oh, good
incredible
Garnett.
footwork
Good block.
to get a shot off. Not just any shot, a high percentage one.
And Waiters kicks to Zeller.
Woo, you almost got that.
That one drops. Zeller's got 5.
Way to swipe, Garnett. Make him work for it.
From the field for them this quarter as they add to their lead.
Yeah, it seems like everybody, Steve, has the hot hand right now.
Good bounce, Bass. What a battle, baby.
Nice and easy. He has 6.
Excellent job carving out space under the glass to make that putback possible.
Rip him, Rondo. Rip him.
Feeds it to G. Up with it. It's rebounded
Yes.
by Bass.
Good job, Bass.
Bass has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Paul Pierce, one of the most versatile scorers, Clark, in the NBA.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he can back you down. He can face you up.
Come on, Rondo. Call her. Come on, ref. Where the foul at?
Himself or his teammates. He's a
Take charge, Rondo.
problem for the opponent.
Inside.
Come on, guys.
Waiters.
Watch that pass in the paint.
Waiters got his.
They're killing us in the paint. They got 16
Nice
points.
little trend developing here, fellas. I mean, that's 8 of their last 10 from inside the paint.
Yeah, they're getting high percentage looks down there. Their offense is really clicking. I don't see why they wouldn't just continue to pound the ball inside.
Look at that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. John Lure, he's checked in for Zeller. Walton comes in for Tristan Thompson. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Alonzo G. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Sean Livingston.
I'll tell you, it had been some time coming, but really last year the dominant core that the Celtics had been built around started to show their age at times.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, the Celtics have been one of the top teams in the East, but there is a line of thinking saying they're too old to still contend for a title. Be careful writing them off, though.
Come on, Melo, hit it.
This season, they became the first team in 28 years to make the conference
That's not your
finals
shot, though.
after sitting with a record
Stop the
under
ball.
500 at the All-Star break.
Good
Yep,
block.
This team knows how to bounce back.
Give it up, Wilcox.
Terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris. Lee kicks to Wilcox. And it's Irving with the rebound. And the Celtics, Steve, as you mentioned,
Stop
they
the ball.
seem to realize that their window is closing as the team got older. There is some age on there, and hopefully they can navigate that and play a few more years together.
Yep. Well, at the trade deadline, they explored a lot of options to maybe try to get younger, to bring some youth in, but they decided to stick with it. Had a strong playoffs, and now a new look roster.
Yeah, way to play. Way to play, Lee.
But still equipped to
Come on, guys,
compete.
stop the ball.
You just can't let him get that close to the hoop.
Back to Walton. Wilcox on him. And Walton kicks to Lewis. Gives him the lead pass. And the
Oh, man, they're killing us in the paint, guys.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
And there's Terry. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Pierce
Good pass.
using his post move to get the 2 points.
That's how you exploit that defense. Take the ball right to the basket.
Oh, Terry almost got him.
Outside Irving. Over Terry. Again, the Cavaliers score. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Cavaliers ahead, up by 6. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The NBA season is rolling right along. Let's look back at the first half. At Quicken Loans Arena, it's the Cavaliers out in front against Boston. They find themselves at the bottom of the conference standings, looking for a win today just to improve their situation. Kyrie Irving certainly contributing with his play. He's got 6 points, and he's made some key plays in the assist department, too. And slugging it out so far,